So Bill Barr's conversion of the Department of Justice to a personal law firm for Donald and Melania Trump is almost complete. Let's talk about that, because restoring justice to the Department of Justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So Bill Barr is at it again. He continues to try to abuse and pervert the Department of Justice, transforming it into a personal law firm, first for Donald Trump and now for Melania Trump. Remember when E. Jean Carroll alleged that Donald Trump raped her? And Donald Trump tweeted out all sorts of lies and all sorts of horrific things about Miss Carrol, saying, among other things, well, I couldn't have done it because she's not my type. Well, Miss Carrol promptly sued Donald Trump for lying about her, frankly proving that her original claim was true, because you're not going to sue the President of the United States for lying about you unless the underlying claim is true. So she sued him for defamation, for lying about her. And then Bill Barr swooped in and said, well, I think Donald Trump was acting in his official capacity within the scope of his official duties as president when he lied about and said horrific things about Miss Carrol. So I'm going to substitute the Department of Justice, the United States of America, for Donald Trump in this lawsuit. So it will be the United States of America versus E. Jean Carroll, and we'll crush her. I remember when I was a Department of Justice prosecutor, we used to support victims. We used to try to right wrongs. We didn't try to crush victims, sexual assault victims, defamation victims, or any victims. But that's what Bill Barr is trying to do. The good news is Miss Carrol and her lawyer are pushing back. They're not taking it lying down. They recently filed a motion saying, yeah, you know what, Bill Barr, you're not entitled to substitute the Department of Justice, the United States of America, for Donald Trump because he wasn't acting in his official capacity when he told all those lies about me. And I think she's going to win that argument. Stay tuned. But that's one example of Bill Barr perverting the mission of the Department of Justice by trying to use the power, the legal levers of the United States of America to crush a sex abuse victim and a defamation victim. Now he's at it again. Now he's using the Department of Justice, the United States of America, against a former friend of Melania Trump's, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, who wrote a book about Melania Trump. Yes, it's a tell-all book. And the Department of Justice, the United States of America, just sued Miss Wolkoff, saying that she shouldn't have said anything about the First Lady because she signed not an NDA, not a non-disclosure agreement, but she signed something called a gratuitous services agreement. I looked at the civil complaint that the Department of Justice just filed in court. And it said that, basically Miss Wolkoff, this longtime friend of Melania Trump's, signed this pledge, this gratuitous services agreement saying, I will volunteer for you, I'll be your friend, I'll work for you basically for free, give you advice, and I promise not to say anything about you or write a book about you. Well, that's not really an enforceable contract. That's a pledge, right? So let me talk about the law of contract. I don't want to turn this into a law school contracts class, but a contract involves three things: offer, acceptance, and consideration, a thing of value. But a gratuitous services agreement is just me saying, I'll volunteer to help you, and I won't say anything about you. Well, there's nothing of value. There's no consideration that has passed between the parties. So it turns out it's probably not an enforceable contract in court. And when I read the civil complaint that the United States of America, the Department of Justice, just filed, bringing the entire weight of the Department of Justice to bear on Ms. Wolkoff, there's something that jumped out at me that suggests that even Bill Barr, even the Department of Justice, knows it's not an enforceable contract. They said that they're suing Ms. Wolkoff because she violated her contractual obligations and her fiduciary duties to the First Lady. Aha! They're not even confident they can win this case based on an enforceable contract, because if they were, they wouldn't have had to have tacked on a second theory of liability, a second theory that Ms. Wolkoff violated something, so they should be able to sue her. So they said, well, she also has fiduciary duties, and she violated those. Fiduciary duties? Wait a minute. Is Ms. Wolkoff Melania Trump's lawyer? Does Melania Trump invest money with Ms. Wolkoff? Is Ms. Wolkoff on a board of directors that owes a fiduciary duty to Melania because she owns stock in the company? I mean, this whole nonsense about, well, she either violated a contract or she violated her fiduciary duties, that's a sign of weakness, folks. And yes, I was a former career prosecutor, so I always think of my criminal cases as examples of what I'm seeing going on in Bill Barr's, corrupt Department of Justice. Not that the employees are corrupt, but Bill Barr is corrupting and abusing and perverting the mission of the Department of Justice. So when you have to say those two things, either, just hang with me for a minute, either she violated a contract or she violated her fiduciary duties. That was like when I had a murder case and the defense attorney would come into court and argue, ladies and gentlemen, my client did not commit the murder. He has an alibi. He was across town at the time. His girlfriend came in and vouched for him as the alibi witness. But if you don't believe his alibi, then he committed the murder in self-defense. And then sometimes they would tack on, well, if you don't believe the alibi and you don't believe our self-defense claim, he was insane at the time, right? That's called arguing in the alternative, and it almost never works. Why? Because we don't check our common sense at the door when we're evaluating information or arguments or evidence. So when I see something in that lawsuit saying, well, she either violated a contract, which is probably not a contract because there was no offer, acceptance, and consideration, then she violated her fiduciary duties. Well, you know what? Those are both losing propositions, I suggest, at the end of the day. But really, the greater travesty here is that Bill Barr uses the Department of Justice to try to crush people on behalf of Donald Trump. Crush Donald Trump's enemies and reward his friends. If you're Mike Flynn and you're a friend or a criminal associate of the president, then Bill Barr is going to try to dismiss your case. If you're Roger Stone and you're a friend, a criminal associate of the president who lied to Congress to cover up for and protect the president, well, then we're going to dumb down your sentencing recommendation. That's what Bill Barr's Department of Justice is going to do. But you're E. Jean Carroll, you're an alleged rape victim, and you've been defamed by the president, we will crush you. The United States of America, the Department of Justice, will crush you. If you're Melania's friend and you once pledged not to write a book about her, but then Trump and company threw you under the bus, tried to blame you for things you didn't do, so you did write a book about her, we will crush you. The United States of America, the Department of Justice, will crush you. Why do I keep saying the United States of America? Well, look at the lawsuit that was filed against Stephanie Winston Wolkoff. The United States of America versus Stephanie Winston Wolkoff. Sound like a fair fight to you? Well, Bill Barr's Department of Justice has no right bringing that suit on behalf of Melania Trump. Or if you're an enemy of the president like Michael Cohen, Bill Barr's Bureau of Prisons will imprison you unconstitutionally in retaliation for you saying you're going to write a book critical about the President of the United States. A federal court judge in New York said that was an unconstitutional retaliation for Michael Cohen exercising his First Amendment rights. We know what Bill Barr's doing. He's abusing and perverting the mission of the Department of Justice, using it to reward Donald Trump's friends and criminal associates and crush Donald Trump's and Melania Trump's perceived enemies. And you know what, folks? I know we're only 3 weeks away from an election. I don't care if we're 3 hours away from an election. Bill Barr should be impeached because the integrity of the Department of Justice matters. It matters. Folks, as always, please stay safe. Please get to the polls in numbers too big to rig and too real to steal. It's coming. It's coming. The blue wave is coming, and it's going to crush Donald Trump. I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.